This is some dumb gimmicky thing I do a lot of times where I walk into the attic room before making the recording. I don't know why I do this. Somehow it just helps me get started. So here we go. More Than Zero, that's what this one's going to be called. I've just come out of a very busy few months, both like related to my book, related to my day job, related to family activities and events. Things have been crazy for a few months, and I'm just getting back into the swing of things of my kind of normal-ish creative life. And I'm coming back to some of the fundamentals that helped me push forward before all this craziness set in. And that's this idea of more than zero for all my creative projects. Basically, this means every week I want to make more than zero progress on all the creative projects that are important to me right now. I'm not an everyday writer, but I'm an every week writer. With my video projects, if they're active, I'm doing stuff every week. Same thing with if it's mobile app or podcast or whatever the hell I'm up to. What I love about this is there's no rigid rule that I have to write 500 words a day or something like that. Sometimes I'll give myself these rules just to, if I want to kind of like sprint to some finish line. But in general, the idea is if I write 2 sentences that week or 25 pages, either way, that means that project is successfully moving forward. And I tried not to beat myself up over the details beyond that. The reason why I pick this weekly is I don't have enough room in all my days to push forward on things every day, but I still wanted to give myself some minimum barrier. Like if I haven't worked on something after maybe 2 weeks go by and I've done zero progress, that thing is probably either dead or in hibernation. Either way, that's fine. I don't judge it, but it's just that it helps me think about what am I working on right now? Well, I'm working on a video. I'm working on a novel in progress. Did I make some progress this week on those 2 things? Yes, a little. Good enough. And then I just trust that I'll get to the finish line on my own terms. At some point, though, as I get close, let's say I'm working with an editor or I'm working with a publisher, all bets are off on this more than zero plan. Then I'm kind of a little bit at the mercy of other people's schedules. But I just mean when it's my own project to start and finish. More than zero is the only rule I stick with. And even that's fuzzy. If I skip a week, that's not so bad. If a few weeks go by and it's zero progress, I realize that's on the back burner, apparently. And what am I working on? My goal is usually, this is just a personal thing, I like to have at least 2 creative projects that I'm working on at a time. One sometimes feels like, I kind of get antsy and frustrated sometimes. If I have at least 2 things to bounce between, that's a sweet spot, 2 or 3. 5 is too many, but 1 is too few for me. And I just try to make more than zero progress every week, and that's that. That's it. It's not so brilliant, but it helps me feel like a happy creative person and not like I've got 3 more jobs at night to do after my day job. I guess one big caveat is that this is aside from having any big aspirations. Like if you want to sell millions of copies of your book or you want your video to go viral, you probably need a plan that's a little different than more than zero. For me, it's a little more about like having just a meaningful experience creating something and maybe affecting some people or amusing some people, but you're not dying for fame and fortune. And so that's really where I'm at the moment. If you check how many views this video has had, it's not a ton. I've made at most $0 off of this, but I love doing it. And that's really my goal is I just want to chip away at creative projects and get to the finish line for some of the cooler ones. And that's all. Okay, that's it. I think I'm going to head out. Good luck. Whew, hope that went okay. And hopefully you can't tell that I'm filming this on a different week than that last part. This is a different More Than Zero week, and if there was any editing or animations in that video, that was a different More Than Zero week because I'm very slow at making these. And now I have to do More Than Zero peeing because I've had too much tea.